So, moving into the next, speaking of money, WWE has also been seeing recent success with their house shows. According to Wrestle Ops, WWE was able to do an all-time gate record during their house shows in Columbus and Pensacola. It should be noted that both house shows sold out once Cody Rhodes was announced. So I wanted to know, do you believe that this solidifies Cody Rhodes as a draw for WWE? The fact that he's been able to be linked to these sold out house shows, which, quite frankly, a lot of house shows don't sell out like that.
Oh, of course, of course. I feel like Cody has been on a roll, and we knew that this was going to happen when he came in. He's kind of, again, in my personal opinion, taking up the role of what John Cena did for the company.
Mm.
He just oozes being a baby face. And I feel like the fans love him a lot because you could tell that he loves to be here and that he's really proud to be here for a second run.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, again, he already has star power from being in other promotions and what he did in AEW, even though it was short lived. Um, and of course, yeah, you're still gonna have people who are AEW versus WWE. So when they see Cody coming here switching sides, you automatically want to just get on the bandwagon and be like, yeah, let's like support and push Cody or whatnot, and be like, yeah, we made a star out of him here when he couldn't do that over there in AEW. But me genuinely, I mean, I'm happy to see Cody here. I love everything that he's doing so far. I love what I'm seeing right now currently with him and Paul Heyman. Shit's just great. Nothing just feels better than just seeing this natural baby face, and it's not something that feels like it's a company plant, but just like this person just naturally just gives that off.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think it really does solidify him, but I feel like he was already solidified from the moment he showed up. I mean, if you weren't believing in that man after his match with Seth Rollins, with the heart that this man had for that company to show up and pull off that match, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't think anyone else complained when he won for Royal Rumble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think everyone was unanimously really happy with the decision. It does not shock me that he sold out for a house show because it's about time that we had a natural babyface male superstar. Besides Sammy, of course, we love Sammy,
Right.
but above him, just by a hair, I would say it's Cody. But that's debatable. But what do you
Right.
think?
That's interesting, that Cody Sammy debate, and I think I'll touch on that a little bit. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that Cody definitely is a draw for WWE, and I think that it's interesting because when you take into account his WrestleMania return and going from WrestleMania into Hell in a Cell, and then taking all that time off, and then him coming back to the Royal Rumble. Usually, we see stuff like this for guys who have been in the company for 2, 3, at least 4 years, who have had a solidified WWE run. The fact that Cody's been able to do this within a matter of months, I think, shows his star power. I think it also shows the power of the diehard fan, of the serious fan that is often associated with All Elite Wrestling, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Ring of Honor. I feel like WWE, by bringing Cody in, they kind of have done what I think they were intending to do when they offered a deal to guys like Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. They were able to kind of maintain their family friendly audience, but because of the presence of this indie darling, or this person that was appreciated on the indies, they're able to attract a totally different fan, and now they're able to kind of merge audiences because you have these people coming for these people, and then you have this other set of people coming for guys like Cody, even guys like Sammy, because Sammy was a Ring of Honor guy at one point as well. um, Now, as far as the Cody Sammy thing, man, it's so hard to debate who is the more over face. I think that Sammy is having a very white hot moment right now, and he's just in his element. And I don't think this is kind of very similar to like the Kofi Mania that happened in 2019, as far as just his sudden rise to popularity because of a story. Um, However, I think they are kind of like a 1A, 1B type of situation. They're kind of like even. You know what I mean? I think that they're both phenomenal faces, and I think that they're going to thrive in their respective stories. But man, it's hard to debate
Well,
on
let's
who's
put it
better.
like this. Let's put it like this. Let's just say that hypothetically for WrestleMania, they had set up Roman Reigns to sacrifice both his belts in a one-on-one match with one with Cody, one with Sammy. If they were to both hypothetically win their matches, who would get the ladder pop? I feel like it's the best way to
Whew,
break it down.
Jesus. Ah.
right?
Um. Cody. The reason why I
Really?
think Cody,
Why?
based on what we saw this past Monday on Raw, because now the story. At first, if you asked me this a week ago, I would have said Sammy. But based on the story that is now attached to the Cody Roman storyline, is one, Dusty trained Roman Reigns, that Dusty helped Paul Heyman, that Cody is picking up from where his father left off, and he is a Rhodes headlining WrestleMania. These all one of those stories was kind of mentioned when Cody won the Rumble. But now with all three of these things at the forefront, now that there's so much depth in the story and now there's so many layers, I think that that has allowed the fans to kind of be like, okay, yeah, if Cody wins, we're gonna pop and we're gonna pop hard. But it's like, damn. But like if Sammy wins, I know that that pop is gonna be deafening. I think and it also depends on how the match is booked. I feel like if they overbook a Cody Roman, Cody won't get the biggest pop. If they book it just correct, Cody's gonna get a good pop. If they underbook Sammy, then he's not gonna get the best pop. If they book it correctly, he's gonna get a greater pop. So I think it also just depends on like how the match is booked. But I think Cody. But what about you?
They would have to book it in a way where he looks feeble.
Yeah,
Like
very true.
they would have to book it in a sense where like he just has like this baby face comeback after getting his ass mauled. Because Roman Reigns already like looks at Sammy as being like, the bottom of his shoe, you know.
Yeah,
So they would have to book in a way where it looks like, yeah, he just get his ass beat for a big chunk of the match, but then something like Sammy pulls something out of his ass and just has like this big baby face comeback. And I don't want to say that he wins by the skin of his teeth, but he legitimately puts like Roman Reigns down. And I would love to see him actually put Roman in his own submission finisher and make that man
that
tap
would
out. That's the best way I feel like you could put Sammy over and make him like actually look like a legitimate top star at that point. If
yeah.
you wanted to, go with that booking, because he would essentially had bitched Roman Reigns out. Let's be honest. After everything that he said about him and how he made it seem like this was an opportunity he gave to him. So
Right.
that's the way I would go about it. But still, if I had to go by either or who I think is like the bigger baby face, I'm gonna still say Cody in this scenario, just again by a hair. I feel like Sammy is for the now, kind of like the
Hmm.
Kofi situation, but for the future, you gotta say Cody's like that baby face.
I
But moving
agree.
on,
He definitely has like face of the company potential. I didn't know if you had anything else to say, but I think we can
I could battle about them
move.
all day.
Yeah, same,
We're good.
same.